Good morning and welcome to Coffee at the Manor, the best place to start your day with all the news, reviews and things you never knew you needed to know. In the news today, we've got a woman. She's got a deja vu feeling when she gets rescued from a cave. We've got a Welsh woman that wins a $6 million mansion. Will this be more acceptable than the one we had yesterday? A teacher thinks that his student is a stepladder. A man gets buried in an unusual coffin. It's nuts. And we've got octopus food fights. Yes, indeed. You need to stay tuned for that and more right here on today's episode of Coffee at the Manor. Good morning to you. I hope you're well. We have, in fact, made it to another Friday. Congratulations, people. We have made it to another weekend, whatever yours might have in stores for you. Good morning to you. I hope you are well. It was a glorious day here on the sunny Isle of England land. But the sun has, in fact, now run away. So glorious, glorious days. Good morning to you over there. Hope you are well. Hello for popping in over there. Lexi, nice to see you. So then let's keep on cruising. We're going to go into our first story of the day, which, of course, one of a delight that you may or may not have. And I think this is also the origin story of a new kind of urban legend. Yes, indeed. Allow me to take us over to Florida land in order to meet our the first delightful story. It is, of course, Florida man, 40, dressed as Ronald McDonald, arrested for trespass. Yes, there you go. So the police had said to him, "You look like a clown." The cop told Christopher Marlowe, after stuffing him into a squad car, "No shit, I am a clown, stupid," replied Marlowe, which really is the only response to such a stupid statement to make. You look like, yes, I do. Yes, you look like a policeman. There we go. We can all observe stuff. Congratulations, us. Anyway, police confronted Marlowe Monday afternoon at Palm Bay, Florida, a shopping center from which he previously trespassed. Yes, there we go. Don't go anywhere, Chris, a cop announced. You're not free to leave. There it is. There is our glorious man right there. This is, as I say, this is a mugshot to go down in history. That, isn't it? Glorious, glorious mugshot. As seen on body-worn footage, Marlowe struggled with officers before he was knocked to the ground and handcuffed. One cop seen removing an orange replica gun from a pocket of Marlowe's yellow pants. Dear. And there is said replica firearm being removed from our nefarious McDonald there. Absolutely. He was charged with trespassing, a misdemeanor, and resisting officers with violence. Dear. A felony, yes, indeed. Marlowe, seen here on the right, a delightful man. He looks like he was mid-song there, didn't he? You know, treating them to a few merry tunes from the back of the wagon, because that's what they do, right? They treat the officers to those merry tunes. Anyway, Marlowe's rap sheet includes convictions for trespass, again, so a bit of a common theme, resisting arrest and possession of drug paraphernalia. In January, he pleaded no contest to possession of naughty stuff and a glass pipe to go with it. Sentenced to 65 days in jail, and he'd been arrested in that case after causing a disturbance outside another McDonald's. Is it something about this thing? Does he have some sort of childhood thing? Was it, I'm going to be Ronald McDonald one day? Not a good one, a gun-carrying McDonald, but you know, every dream has a little bit of lovely, isn't it? But yes, so there you go. There's a glorious first story that I think we are witnessing one of the legend in the making here. Yes, indeed. While I was trawling around in the news, the wonderful, wonderful news from around the world, we do, of course, stumble across this little thing. Where this woman has a feeling of deja vu whilst being rescued from a cave. Now, let's examine this story and see what your advice to this young lady might be. Should this be a friend of yours? Now, we've met before. Here is, in fact, a picture from it. The lady in question, you may or may not be able to see, is this sort of held together with straps over here. So she's not really had such a good one. Good morning to you, Lady Venus. I hope you're very well over there. I've never would you have guessed? I mean, really, it was very low key, wasn't it? You know, that's these detectives detecting, which is always great. Good morning to you over there that have just joined us. Hello to you. Hello. Hope you are well. Joining us for some strange or big news. Welcome. Anyway, sometimes the universe has a way of telling you something. Quite a clear message, I think you'll find in this particular case. An Italian caver was rescued after being stuck underground for 4 days. The second time in 18 months, she's had to be carried out of the same cave. Yes, indeed. Rescue teams had used mini explosives, my goodness me, and stretchered Octavia Piana. It sounds like somebody who was named after the 8th piano, isn't it? Octavia Piana, 32, out of a narrow cave system in northern Italy. Lovely place, though. After she fractured several bones in a fall. Yes, indeed. We know each other, Piano told Dr. Leonardo. Oh, wow, they have the Ninja Turtles in there, too. Fantastic. You know, I'm surprised what you get in such short notice. We've got GSP. So good morning to you, GSP. I hope you're very, very well over there. A little wave back to you, of course. Hello, hope you are well. Yes, indeed. And he had also helped drag her out of the same cave when she broke a leg there a year and a half before. Yes, indeed. This was her particular thing. Yes, indeed. I went to go and find out then. Here is the largest story. Here it is. When the major rescue operation underway as a cave explorer, injured and trapped in the Italian cave for 2 days. There she's having a lovely time. Yes, indeed. She did actually fall 5 meters, or was it 16 feet, while trying to map the cave system. Now, one thing that never usually show you, I watch a bit of this spelunking stuff. I for some reason, I'm quite attracted by those. Hey, look at me. I've been trapped and nearly dying in a cave. Yeah, great stuff. But here it is. Imagine that. You are trapped somewhere in this thing. I mean, I know this looks like a varicose vein, rave style. But yeah, she trapped somewhere in there after falling. Jesus, that is a thing. So yes, of course, they pulled her out. And probably should have said, well, excuse me, I do think this isn't for you. Have you reconsidered your career path? Because I don't think spelunking's for you. I don't think Leonardo and the team want to be getting her out of there. They've got much more pizza to be eating than to be saving this poor little lady from there. That's it. Yeah, there you go. The sense of deja vu from underground. Yes, indeed. Also, deja vu variety. There's a bit of a tenuous link. Yesterday, I brought you a story of a lady who won a £3 million mansion and was very upset because it was a little bit too close to the sea. And in some period in time in the future, it might fall into said thing and therefore wanted the money instead. We've got, Lady Venus there going back to the zoo. So someone needs to monitor her action. Yes, yeah, I think so. She's got an expensive set of mistakes there. Yes, could you imagine? I mean, she broke legs, vertebrae. I mean, you're falling 5 meters, 16 feet to a rocky floor. I mean, that is just crazy, isn't it? And then having to use explosives. I would not be happy with that. Excuse me, what's the plan to get me out of here? Explosives. I'd like to talk to the other guy. Can we get a second opinion? Let's get another quote on this, please. This would be, well, we're just going to blow you out. Well, fantastic. That's a great idea. I'll see you in heaven. Send me a spot next to the sea. But there she was. Yes, can you imagine? And she was named after piano. There you go. Anyway, so as I was saying, yes, the lady yesterday didn't want her delightful £3 million mansion, her and her mullet, if you remember that kind. Sorry, do excuse me, my cold is still lingering. So I am somewhat fluey. Do excuse me for my very, very uncouth of me to be sipping coffee. Hold on. There we go. Good morning to you all as well, by the way, that are just joining you over there. Hello, good morning. Hope you are well. Do please like, subscribe, and the rest, of course. Thank you so much. So we're going to pop over to that story where another person has won another Omaze mansion. Yes, this one's worth 6 million. And here is the winner here. This is ex-Miss Wales finalist. Just won 6 million, most valuable Omaze prize draw ever. Yes, here she is. And will this delightful lady here be staying in the house? Well, we'll have to read on and find out what she plans to do with it. Now, they do kind of like, it's a little bit tenuous, the whole ex-Miss Wales finalist. You turned up, didn't you, really? That's what she did. But glorious person anyway, and she's Welsh, so it means she sounds fun too when she talks. This is Vicky, yes. A beauty queen is finally set out of her in-laws' home after winning a £6 million luxury house in a prize draw. I'm joking, my mother-in-law feels like she's won the Black Emperor. Yeah. You see, she lived in her mother's home. So it was her husband and the child living in her mother's house. I think it was like a 2 or 3 bedroom house. But luckily, this woman has now, in fact, won the $6 million house, which is good. She won the luxury Norfolk property, which is inspired by the architecture found in Cape Cod, apparently, in the Hamptons in the US. It boasts a wraparound balcony featuring uninterrupted panoramic views of the Norfolk coast. Well, no, yeah, it's nice, thank you. But Norfolk, really? No, I don't think we'll be going. I know GSP will not be taking this one. A heated swimming pool, yeah, okay. And an all-weather AstroTurf tennis court. That's so 80s. Who the hell even wants a tennis court? Nobody wants a tennis. No one can bloody play tennis. You hit that thing, and it's off someone's stratospheric, isn't it? That is gone. Tennis. And then the people that play tennis, I'm sorry if you're an avid tennis player, whoever you are, but if you're a bit of a snotty, mean, and a bit of an attitude problem and you play tennis, well, yes, that's who I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. Norfolk Coast, no. Yes, I know, the flashback's right. Back to Nam. Her mother-in-law put a fix in to get her out of the house. Yes, could you imagine? I will give you the 6 mil to rig this contest. Just get this girl out of my house. But yes, there she goes. Lovely, lovely house. And of course, I think it said, and the legal fees, stamp and legal fees were covered. And it's mortgage free. So that literally, I mean, look at this place. Look at that. That is a gorgeous place, isn't it? God, I mean, look at the land around it as well. You could do so much. And she was typically British. And she said, I was absolutely flabbergasted, or flabbergasted, as some might say. But then she's Welsh. She'll be, flabbergasted. That's how that would have sounded. Yes, there you go. The flabbergast. Yes, indeed. They're British English words that we make up, you know. My sister-in-law burst out crying. Yes, it was a mixture of shock and pure joy. My mother-in-law feels like she won the jackpot, as we can all now move out. Yes, indeed. So what are her plans? She'd currently been searching for rental property, apparently, with her husband, Dale, and their daughter, while living in the in-laws' 3-bedroom house. Yes, look at that delightful view there. I mean, it's it's a bit flat, really, isn't it? But yeah, okay, we'd take it. I don't think I would complain too much. I might not complain. She added, like a lot of people, it's fair to say that times can be tough, but we work so hard and things can feel so stretched so months. Winning this house feels like an enormous weight had lifted. See, this is how you win a mansion. You do it with your thank yous and your politeness and your, yes, I really like it. Thank you. It might not fit, but did you keep the receipt? So her plans are, look at that. See, check that out. Anyway, I wouldn't want to have the set. I mean, some people just leave this out, don't they? There you go. It's all sort of set. Then it probably gets dusty. I'm thinking, I don't want one of these. No, I want one of those cool tables that are made out of like a tree, you know, and they cut the tree into kind of funny bits and they pour all that cool resin and they light it up and stuff like that. I'd have one of those. This is a bit, I don't know, chintzy to me. Anyway, they also got £250,000 as part of the win. Bloody hell. Which could easily cover any running costs for the house for years. But they decided they're going to release the money and buy another amazing house somewhere in Wales. We should get a lot of house in Wales for that kind of money. Excuse me. But they'll be having a big old party in Norfolk before they sell up. So basically, they're going to have a wicked party in this mansiony thing. 250 grand in your pocket, a few million about to come your way for this delightful thing. And it raised 4 million for a charity over here called Comic Relief. So what could possibly be a better way than doing that? I know, though, I'm with you. The beige interior. Yeah, I know. Yes. If your mother got let loose with some magnolia paint, this is the result, isn't it? Yeah. Really not my style. I quite like Georgian windows, but yeah. Yeah, okay. Look, you could do so much with it. It's just really, no, really not with this. I'm with you. Too much beige, too much magnolia. Beautiful house, though, as you say. Yeah, beautiful house. Just needs a bit of decorating. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. Anyway, so I do believe that the saga of the Omaze house is a little bit nicer ground now that this woman is one and is doing the right thing. Get majorly drunk in it and sell it. Good job. Well done, Wales. Well done. So let's move on to our next delightful little story. This one's a bit of a this guy's actually I'm going to skip past. There was a headline that I read on the way to this particular point, which I thought was great. And I'm just going to share with you the headline. I'm not going to bother reading the story; it's really crap. But the headline's fantastic. It's cow rescued by fire crews after getting stuck in a tree. Fantastic. How could you not love that? You know, cow gets stuck in a tree. When I read that, I was like, no, that's got to be fake. Oh, no, it did. It fell off an embankment. So it's actually kind of serious. But the cow's fine. It just found itself being a squirrel for a short period of time. So, you know, that's nice. Anyway, over to this piece of news here. This is annoying. This one. Right. We'll share an annoying story. Anyway, here we are. We've got a 25-stone teacher used a child like a stepping stool during school safety drill. Now that's his point. That's his sort of side of the story, or how he explains all this walking on kids that he was doing. What do you think? Well, let's have a look, shall we? This is Jason Rogers. Jason Rogers of Underwood School in Otter Trail County, Minnesota, was arrested after allegedly stepping on 3 students during a lockdown drill on February the 10th. So just the other day, a 25-stone teacher. I don't know what that is in pound. What's that in pound? Mustard, please. Are you there? What's that in pounds? I don't know how to translate that into a number we can all know. But anyway, we can imagine that. That's what a 25-stone person looks like. He's accused of standing on a child's lower back like a stepping stool for a painful 10 seconds during a lockdown drill, according to good police. Good job. Jason Rogers, 47, yeah, you suck, who teaches at Underwood School in Minnesota, USA, allegedly admitted to stepping on 3 different students during a lockdown drill years ago. The drill requires students to take cover in specific areas if a real threat had entered the school. It's weird, actually. My daughter, in fact, came home with this. Thank you, Lord Mustard. £350. Good job. Good day to you, sir. I hope you are very, very well. We must talk about Tuesday. But I'm keeping it low key. I'm keeping it very low key. Nothing's happening. Anyway, pretty large fella to be stepping on it. Exactly. Now, I do believe we would be handling this at a variety of ways over here. But anyway, let's continue for a second. According to documents, Rogers. Sorry, whoops. I did nothing. Rogers became frustrated with the students as he felt they weren't taking the drills seriously. He reported that he told the children that he was allowed to step on them because they were deliberately lying on their stomachs instead of sitting down. Yes, so that totally gives this man complete carte blanche then to start walking on my child. Yeah, I tell you what, don't call the police. Let this guy try and leave the damn school. And we'll sort it out as a community. Don't worry about the police about this. Let us do that. So this is sometimes you think, why don't you, all right, call the police tomorrow. Let him try and walk out of his job today. And if he gets to the police tomorrow, well done him. A little not that used to, isn't it? If you can, there was, I don't know if it's true or false. Here, Mustard. Here's an actual facty type thing. Is it true or false though that if you were able to avoid the guillotine in the olden days, falling on your neck, if you were able to avoid it, then you can win your release by being something like that. Is that a true thing, Lord Mustard out there? I don't know if you could just, if you have that one or can access that one. See, a clean thing for you to Google for us. And thank you, sir. Yeah, absolute psycho. He needs a little work in the problem-solving department. Yeah, imagine what his missus is like. Right, darling, this egg is not a 3-minute egg, right? Lie on the floor. I will squat on your face 20 times for a poorly cooked egg. So yes, that is a thing. Yes, Court ruled how he's now facing criminal charges over the incident. Good. And the teacher then proceeded to step on the child's back. So they went, yeah, anyway, resulting at least one a sixth grader. What's that? 10, 9, 10 years old? Reportedly getting injured and crying. Of course she would. Oh my goodness me. But that is young, isn't it? What's that? 9, 10 years old. You get a 47-year-old man of any variety standing on a 9 or 10-year-old. I mean, really. The child did not know why the defendant did this because he did not hear him say anything about it and just stepped on him like he was a stepping stool. Reads Roger's criminal complaint filed this week. He stated the entire class saw it and thought the defendant had broken the boy's back. Oh my goodness me. The complaint continues. Blimey. Oh, there we go. You've actually got the pound conversion over here. Rogers, who reportedly weighs over 300 pounds, told officers he became worried when the sixth grader pleaded with him to get off. Court documents. So that's when he became worried. Oh my goodness me. Could have easily died. Yes, you can. I mean, I don't know what the force necessary to crush a rib cage is, but I mean, or just, if you were to sever the nerves in the spine or something, really. So yes, he is now facing criminal charges, and we're all very, very happy with it. But I don't think the charge is particularly fitting. I think it needs to be worse. The teacher is currently on administrative leave. Okay, yeah, they'll have to do that to report it, won't they? That'll take it 6 months, whatever. Following the incident, and is facing a charge of malicious punishment of a child. Yes, absolutely, which is a serious misdemeanor. Good. If found guilty, charge could face up to a year in prison. Is that a year? Or be hit with a substantial $3,000 fine. That is unbelievable. Isn't it unbelievable? The fact he made it being a teacher. Jesus, says Lady Venus. Absolutely. That some sort of mental vetting process must be advised, surely. But to be faced either a year or a $3,000 fine. If I found out that a teacher had stepped on one of my children and was only going to get, I mean, in England, of course, you'd probably only serve like half of that if it's his first event, even less than that. So they'd get maybe 4 months. Unbelievable. Let's have a look. Can't find anything about being pardoned by avoiding the guillotine. They were probably strapped in, which is probably why. Oh, I know. Was it the one where is it this one? I don't know why I'm trying so hard to get this. Isn't there where if you can escape the village, you get to live? There's something, isn't it? You do something and you get to live. I don't know. No idea. Anyway, So anyway, that needs to be handled. He needs much more than a year for essentially endangering child life. That should be what that charge is. Malicious punishment. Because he hadn't done anything wrong. Therefore, it's not punishment, surely. Therefore, it is just a malicious, unprovoked action. But people being executed tended to volunteer to go first, so the blame was still sharp. Well, that's smart, isn't it? Yes, smart. That's what they used to bribe the executioners, didn't they? Except for I think it was one of the Marys, Queen Mary, bribed her executioner. Then he kind of got called away on business, so he had to bring in the trainee. I think it's something like 11 swipes it took for her to take her head off. I mean, that's just unnecessary, isn't it? Houdini could escape the blame. Yes, indeed he could. Lady Jewish Flutterfly lyrics, Dave Flutter stuff and things. Yes, I always miss that one, don't I? It's like when I tried to say, was it Sparkle Jump Broke Queen? Oh my God, I said it for once. I don't know if she's out there. If you're out there, good morning to you also, with a difficult name. Anyway, right, where are we? We're back over here, aren't we? Anyway, he confessed during an interview and that he'd stepped on another child with one foot and briefly walked over a third like a staircase. Yes. Here we go. The injured mothers took him to took him to hospital before officially filing a police report accusing the teacher of assault. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. The child was then walking around like an 80-year-old. So yes, we need to get that. We need to get him sorted. At least that's in terms of files. Yes, there we are. Absolutely right. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to a happier one. Where were we? I like this one. Now, there's if you would be involved in some sort of nefarious thing, or in fact, let me redo the context. So, let's say, for example, you had a relative that unfortunately passed away whilst you were responsible for them, and you needed to transport them from point A to point B. How might you do it? Well, one way not to do it is by this Australian man who was arrested for smuggling a corpse. Yes, indeed. Yes, just at the end of last year. The Croatian authorities had arrested an Australian national on suspicion of trying to smuggle a corpse. He was stopped at the border crossing with a dead woman riding in his passenger seat. The country's police said this week. I mean, that is one way of doing it, isn't it? I mean, the boot. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, where else would you put them? You wouldn't strap them to the roof, get a nice roof rack. No, keep them straight. It depends what car is also great. If it's got a nice estate car, you might need a bit more space in there for that, but you never really know. Yeah, how do you fit a dead body in a car? Well, this man's thing, of course, was sitting in the passenger. Did he do makeup, put a little hat on, like kind of weekend at Bernie's, Croatia style? Is that? I would just. I said that just as I saw this one pop up. Oh, hold on, we've got some more craziness stories. So this is Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury. Took 11 hacks. Queen Mary of Scots took 3. Oh, there we go. See, God, could you imagine? This is a dark rabbit hole adventure now. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. How long since she had passed? That's another good question, actually. Yes, I mean, I was looking at. It's not actually a huge distance even between Croatia and Belgium. It's not actually that far, but you do have to go through like Slovakia or somewhere like that. There is a country in the middle, but not a big one. Anyway, so we don't know. Authorities said that the 83-year-old woman had died in Bosnia, and the driver had tried to take her body back to Austria that way to avoid formalities related to the transport of deceased. So he's trying to save a couple of quid, isn't it? Well, that's what happens when you leave it to Uncle Dickhead to sort this sort of stuff. But no, don't worry about hearses and shit. I'll just stick her in the Ford. It'll be fine. Prop her up in the front. We'll even stick a little Mackie D's on her lap. She'll look asleep. It'll be fine. Yes, good job. Quite pale over that end of the place. You probably just look cold. Yeah. But anyway, the police did not want to elaborate on the relationship between the two. Oh, well, I do. I want to elaborate on the relationship between the two. Tell me more. I want to know what on earth is going on. Big difference between being dead a day and say a week. Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Yes, horrific. And could you imagine the smell of the car afterwards? You'd need a number of those little magic trees, wouldn't you? Yes. And imagine a squelchy bit. Oh dear. Anyway, the police says the case has been formally handed over to the country's prosecutors. But yes. But it does say that the local man the local media has described the man as the woman's legal guardian, though. So, I don't know. That took a really savage turn, didn't it? Right at the end there. That was a little unsettling. But while we're talking about that, oh bless him, yes. The next one I thought was really sweet, actually, and I wanted to say it's a lot of these stories today aren't really all that funny. I guess it's more kind of human interest stories. But this next one I did take a delight in, and I thought this man's very, very silly. And then I read about him, and now I just love this guy. She was wearing air freshener trees as earrings. You'd have to, wouldn't you? You'd have to sort of just come in. Yes, my goodness, a bit of Febreze that shit down. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, yeah, God, blimey. So my grandmother almost knocked my grandfather over when he was laying in state. She insisted on kissing him. But they both had a stroke at the same time, you see, and my grandmother had then lost all sort of power on one side, and she insisted on kissing my grandfather goodbye, and I had to kind of, that was really bad. Shocking. So horrific. Anyway, right, where are we going here? So we're going to dead people again, which is great. Always amusing. Keep it light on a Friday, right? That's what they say. Over to this man here, and it is this man who requests to be buried in a coffin that looks like his favourite chocolate bar. Yes, indeedy. Here it is. Of course, it is the Snickers or the Marathon. However old you might be, I don't know what the equivalent over there in America is. It's nuts and nougat with chocolate and some caramel, I believe. Yes, and here he is. It's and he's got "I'm nuts" down the side. Now, originally, I am going to admit, originally I thought, what a dickhead. Let's have a look. But actually, he's not, and he's really lovely. And so this story turns into, oh, this is a lovely man story. So sit back for one moment. It is a fun-loving man who says he was nuts, requested in his will to be buried in a Snickers-themed coffin. And a funeral home helped him make it happen. Much better than the one with the massive cock. I mean, not the funeral home with the massive cock, obviously, the gravestone with the massive cock. So a little bit nicer, isn't it? Paul Broom here was later arrested at the chocolate-branded box in Bognor, West Sussex. Oh, Bognor, it's a little holiday town. Bognor's actually quite nice. And passing away at the age of 55, only young. Paul worked as a care assistant in the care homes, helping to look after adults with learning disabilities. He was known for his quick wit and mischievous sense of humour. Before his death, Paul often joked about having a Snickers-themed coffin, which his family made sure to fulfill in his final farewell. Yes, indeed, there it is. Yes, look at that. Designed to resemble a Snickers bar, the coffin was emblazoned with the phrase, "I'm nuts." Perfect tribute to Paul's playful nature. Yes, there we go. He also liked football, but I got no idea about that stuff. So, you know. Yes, there it is. There he was. Beautiful. A beautiful little sentiment there. And I thought, what a tip to begin with. And actually, no, he didn't look for other people. So, if he wants a bloody Snickers bar, let's have a Snickers bar. I'll come as a peanut. You know, you would do anything for this man. Finding out he's so nice. Oh my God, what's this? Fungus-infected zombie spiders? Blimey. Anyway, should we have a look? No, I better go, actually. It's getting to that time of day. Right, anyway. I thought for a final story after that, story, one last stop here. It was always Snickers in the US. Oh, there we go. We only called it Marathon because it sounded too close to Knickers. Oh, good job. Not much market for chocolate named after pants. Yeah, well, you know, I can reach for a packet of Y-fronts. Oh, yeah, lime chocolate flavored Speedo. That's not got a very nice marketing feel to it, is it? Anyway, so to enlighten you and to leave you with something glorious to watch for the final part of today, before a lovely weekend, is of course this little thing. I was trawling through some news. Some scientific news that were popped up, and one of which was about octopus food fights. Yes, indeed. Marine biologists in Australia recently observed peculiar behaviour between octopuses, octopodes. I don't know. We could go on for ages about the correct way to do this. Fanny is also a first name here, different meaning. Absolutely, yes. I wonder what. I mean, is Fanny a particular sort of generation of people? You know, like if they're called Mary over in England, you're probably about 70. Is Fanny a particular kind of person with Fanny Ann? You know, is she older, younger? Presumably older. I mean, that probably answers itself, doesn't it? 2 seconds. Right. Anyway. So they've yes, the octopodes in the wild. These intelligent cephalopods threw shells, silt, and algae at each other. Footage captured by the research shows octopus tetricus, yeah, gathering these materials in their arms, and then using siphons to propel these makeshift projectiles through the water. And I thought, what more of a glorious thing? Let's watch an octopus food fight. I thought it was rather delightful. So here we are. Here's our first octopodes. Here, of course, is teasing him with an arm. Not the most dangerous fight in the world. There was he. They're not a very good shot, gotta say, you know, and it's more of a kind of I don't know, I think he's kind of showing off. Like, hey, pretty cool. Yeah, there is with the clamshells. I also rather like this one down here. See, quite how we've established this is a food fight. It is, you're literally chucking the shit that's closest to you at somebody. Not necessarily food fight, but yes, there he is. Isn't that glorious? I love octopuses. Look really weird, but they're so cool. There you go. An octopus food fight. Why the hell not? Oh, hello there. Fanny is still a popular name in Europe. When I worked for a big company and could see global staff lists, there was a Fanny Lego and a Fanny Gravy. I love that. Funny gravy. Love that. That sounds awful. Funny Lego, though. You know, you wouldn't get it out for the kids, would you? But you'd certainly you'd have a fiddle with the bricks, wouldn't you? But not so much funny gravy. It's more like a bread sauce. Such a good. Anyway, let's move from there a little bit, shall we? Anyway, so yes, because it was the end. I'm thinking actually, if you want to do the national average, we might just do that. Granny Bay. That is also a very much a thing over here. There's a footballer called Wayne Rooney. Is particularly interested in that particular aspect of things. But yes, I'm thinking about doing the National Lampoons later. Actually, I might just sort of start doing it and see who joins in or whatever, and then see how we go. If you fancy that, it'll probably be, I don't know, 11, 12-ish o'clock, I guess, GMT. I don't know what that makes it over there. But yeah, I'm just going to start doing some stuff and see what happens. Yes, that's about it. So thank you for joining me this week. Thank you for all your likes and subscribes and stuff. Presumably you've done that, right? Yeah, good. And yes, that is about it from me today. Do please join us next week for some amazingness. It's a particular day of the week next week. Some interesting things might happen next week. You never know. And I do have a special guest next week. So some things to look forward to, hopefully. It's very nice, actually. We've got a great little audience going on over both platforms. It's quite nice. It's very good. So thank you very much, as always. It is a pleasure to speak to you. I hope you're going to have a lovely weekend. Excuse me, I'm burping down the thing. Yes, so stay beautiful. Love to my three. And you take care of yourself.